Respected students, welcome back everyone. We had came with the second video of this weekend. What was decided and the title of the video is should we join startup or small scale company? ठीक है? Everything in detail I will tell you from my personal experience, what I have seen, also of my students and also of my colleagues and friends in the company. ठीक है? So let's start with the video. Today's video is about should we join startup and small scale company? ठीक है? What do you mean by startup and small scale company? In this video, I will tell you. Let's assume that if I am speaking about startup, then the number of employees are like 8 to 10, okay, or 12 to 15. And for small scale, those are like 60 to 80. 60 to 80. Okay. So also we had made one more video today only. The video was about should we sign the bond with company. If you have not watched that video, make sure you are watching that also. And before starting the video, if you are new on our channel, make sure you are subscribing and pressing bell icon for all upcoming videos. And follow us on social media, especially Instagram and Telegram. All social media links are given in description box. So let's start with the video. So first we will talk about disadvantages. What are disadvantages of joining startup and small scale company? The first disadvantages is that what we have written here, small team and limited resources. So let's assume that you are working on data analytics part or any data scientist, data engineer, whatever you want to assume. But let's assume data analytics part. So in data analytics part now, when you are creating a project on Power BI tool, ClickSense tool, Tableau BI tool is there, Looker is there. Okay. So in that case, there are four teams: business analyst, database team, our reporting team, what is also known as BI team, and QA team. So for example, in a sprint, you are creating 2 to 3 reports now. So every team will have at least 2 to 3 people in mid-scale and large-scale company. But in case of startup, small-scale company, now database team will have only 2 developers to create view and procedure. QA team will have only one guy to do validation of reports. Even in reporting team also only one Power BI developer will be there in that case. Okay, business analyst will be only one only business analyst will be there. In database team, the number of members are more. Okay. So the problem with startup and small scale companies now their budget is very low. So in that case, they can't pay to more number of employees or developers. So in that case, small team is there. And due to small team, what happens now? Your work-life balance issue is there. You need to work more hours, more than 8 to 9 hours. You need to work. Sometimes on weekend also you need to work. Okay, so that's the problem with startup and small scale company. I am not saying that it is with all startup and small scale companies, but I can assure you, guarantee I can say you that 70 to 80% of startup companies have this problem. Mark my words. Okay. The second point is sometimes payment not on time. See, frankly speaking, one of my best friend was working in startup and small scale company. Na? So he had this point. Even if any of your friend is also working now, so you can ask him. So see, what happens that their budget is low. Sometimes client also don't pay on time. Now, in that case, payment issues will be there like 8 to 10 days delay or sometimes so you will not get and next month both months previous both months salary you will get. So this is the problem with startup and small scale company, guaranteed I am saying, yeah, from my personal experience of my students, my friends and family. The third point is less hike and promotion. Okay, so let's assume that you are working in TCS and one of your friend is working in TCS and one of your friend is working in startup companies. The guy who is working in TCS now, he is working less than you. You also know because their big team is there. The number of developers are more like 5, 6. In your company only 2, 3 are there. So in startup you are working more. Still, how much you will get hike and promotion like 2%, 5%, 8%. But in case of that TCS guy, he will 100% get more percentage of hike than you. The reason is because already if you will go to the what is a fundamental analysis of TCS or any big giant company, they had 32,000 crore profit last fiscal year. So they have so much of money in their bucket. So that's the issue in other big giant companies or even in mid-scale companies. The hike is good as compared to startup. Okay. So fourth point is need to do multitasking that I have told you. Even sometimes, for example, if BA has left the organization, okay, let's assume that BA has left the organization. Sometimes Power BI developer only need to do analysis and mapping of that all columns, what the data we are getting from client. Okay, sometimes we only need to do validation of our reports, what Tableau, ClickSense, Power BI reports we have done. So we need to match the sum, number of records, all filters. We need to only check that. That's the problem. Also, the number of projects in startup companies are less. Okay, you will be working on same domain only. There are only 2 to 3 clients with startup small scale companies. So in that case, what happens now? Same projects are repeated there. So let's assume that your company is working with finance projects. So more than 2 to 3 years, you will be working on same domain only, finance only. You will be not working on insurance part, pharma and health part, or any other part. Okay. Again, next point is less job security. Let's assume that you also know that in 2022-23 or even in 2008 and also in 1990s, a recession has came. So in that case, what happens now? They are directly firing. Okay, and the one who is on bench period, frankly speaking, on in startup companies, no one is on a bench period, but still, the one who is not having project or whose performance is low now, directly they are thrown out from company in startup and small scale companies. Okay. This is the main point. Again, company will not fight for you with client when any issues takes place. See, sometimes while working in project now, you make mistakes. Okay, in your reports, or sometimes server any other technical issue might be there. So in that case now, company will not fight for you, or your manager will also not fight for you. The reason is because, see, for them client is like god. For this startup company, only 2 to 3 clients are there and only 2 to 3 projects are there in bucket. So why they will fight with client for you? At least you. Okay, so no one is going to fight for you. Totally your responsibility is only there when you are working in the startup companies. Again, long working hours and sometimes need to work on weekend. The reason for it is, again, small team and limited resource are there. Okay, reputation. Okay, so what is reputation? For example, you have somewhere visited to relatives house, so this, see, this point is totally different. For example, you have visited to relative house, and he will ask like, in which company you are working. So if you said Infosys, TCS, then somewhere the reputation is high, na? But in case of the startup company, small scale company, nobody knows that company. Okay, so that's the reputation part is also there when you are working. This is also the disadvantages. Yeah, and the last part is this, less help in training and certification. So, for example, if you are working with big giant companies, na, so they will give you coupon or reimbursement is there in case of any Microsoft or any other trainings or certifications if you are doing. But in case of startup companies, no trainings will be also not provided on quarterly basis. And for example, if you are doing any certification, then also reimbursement will be not there. Okay, 99% I can guarantee you it will be not there. So these are all disadvantages of working in startup and small scale company. Okay. Now let's move to the advantages. Okay. Let's move to the advantages. The thing which you will learn here, nowhere you will learn. Okay. So this is the main point. Again, it is attached to these disadvantages only. So if the team is small now, I can understand you need to work more hours. You need to work on weekends also. Payment issues are also there. Everything is there. But mark my words. For example, if you are working in TCS and in any startup companies now, let's assume that if you have learned 50% in TCS now, you will learn 80 to 90% in startup companies. If you are working with big giant companies and if your role is like Power BI developer, so after 2 years you will be developer only. The knowledge what you will have now, it will be related to developer only. But in case of startup company, you will learn the work of QA team also, how to demo slide to client in sprint review meeting. Also QA work also, you will know how to do business analysis work, everything, how to means additional values in reports and projects now. What I am saying in every video, that exposure you are getting in startup company and small scale company as compared to big giant companies. ठीक है. So things what you will learn in startup companies, you will never, mark my words, never you will learn in any big giant company. Okay, this is the biggest advantages of, for working with startup company. Direct communication with client, yeah, accept direct communication with client. The reason is because again small team is there. Let's assume that you are working in any big giant company, there 30 to 40 team members are there. Just tell me one thing, if 1 hour of meeting is there, how much time you will get to speak with client? If the team members are 30 team members are there, 30 seconds, 1 minute, or sometimes you will not get also. But in case of startup companies, only 7 to 8 members are there, you will get 10 minutes, at least 5 to 10 minutes of time to speak with client. And speaking with client is means very big achievement, let me tell you this thing. Okay, speaking with client, stakeholder, business users is very big achievement. What reports you have created, if you are able to demo to the client, also take the observation and feedback from him. Okay, or in sprint review meeting that or sprint planning meeting, we create ppts. If you are able to demo and explain everything properly in Jira project management tool na, mark my words, this is the best opportunity what you are going to get. Okay, so the direct communication with client is very good thing. We'll learn many new tools at a time. Again, see, small team, they need to work more, on more tools and more activities. Okay, so we learn many tools at a time. Can easily give additional values in project. Okay, so let's assume that you are working in TCS and with any startup company. So for example, you have created Power BI report, you have shown to client. So the communication with client in startup company is like 5 to 10 minutes, and in other companies it is like 30 seconds, or sometimes your manager will only show, you will not get time to show. So what additional values you will be providing in project now, like any additional visual is there. For example, any additional calculations you have done and you have told to clients that we can display this in our report, it will help you to derive important metrics. So client will also say, yeah, this is good. So in that case, easily additional values in projects you can apply in startup companies. Okay, while working there, your work will directly impact on company's growth. Yeah, so directly, huh? So the company's CEO, see, number of employees are like 12 15 in startup, and in small scale 60 to 80 employees are there. So the CEO or MD, managing director, what is there, huh? He will personally know you. Okay, so that's also the best thing. And this point is totally different, it is mostly in USA, UK. So let me tell you, one of my friend also got, can directly get company shares or percentage in company, but need to be very good in work. Okay, so there is one company you all know, Flipkart. So Flipkart, some that one of the employee was working since 2009-10 in that company. So that time Flipkart was small scale only. So now he was a very hardworking employee. So the company CEO and MD has given him that time 2 to 3 percentage of part in the company. Okay, equity. What we say, equity. Okay, so that's also the best thing. You can get directly company shares. Or even when I was working in Zomato, na, that time they had given the company shares to the employees working in the company. So that's also the best thing. ठीक है. हाँ, but in Zomato they have given long back. That time the company was not means totally listed or on stock market. They have just committed, and yes, they had given also. Okay, so these are the advantages and disadvantages of working in startup and small scale company. Totally with my whole experience, what I have seen, I have told you in this video. If you have any doubt, any form of doubt, make sure you are commenting. I will reply within 1 or 2 hours. And subscribe our channel and press bell icon for all upcoming videos. Okay, and make sure you are following us on social media. And let me tell you last point also here. If you are a bachelor and unmarried, try to join, if possible. If possible, I am not saying, if possible, try to join small scale or startup company if possible. Then also do proper research on LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Ambition Box. You can ask to ex employees on LinkedIn, those who were working there. Okay, So if you are bachelor, if you are married, make sure you are not joining because job security is not there. Again, then long working hours and everything. So you need to also give time to your family also, na. But if you are bachelor, like your age is 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, anything, and you have not married or you don't have much responsibility of family, so in that case, try to join startup and small scale company after doing proper research, because the things which you are going to learn here, you will never learn in Google and Microsoft also. Mark my words. ठीक है, personal experience I am telling. ठीक है. So thanks for watching till end. Please like and share the video. Thank you everyone.